Welcome back. It is Tuesday, April 30th, and the MLB R5 best bets are on the way. It's Austin joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. A very solid 3-in-1 day for us. Let's talk about it. We had that Bowman Ohtani hit parlay, our parlay of the day on Odds Checker. You didn't even have to sweat it out. They both got a hit in their first AB. We certainly appreciate them for doing their job. A little sweaty for our other winners. We had the Dodgers and Diamondbacks both to score 2+ runs in the first 5. D-backs came in clutch in the bottom of the 5th. And then they also put up a third run, which cashed us out at a half unit with plus 260. A great day overall. The only thing that would have made it better is the NRFI hitting, but we did not get the job done in NRFI Nation, which has been struggling the last few days. We got another one at the end of this video. If it doesn't hit, there's a good chance we take a few days off. If you do know, we did have a 5th play, which was Steven Matz over and out, but he did not pitch as their game was postponed. We'll talk about that maybe later on in this video. But without further ado, let's dive into today's picks. We got nothing else to promote for y'all. All we ask is that if you are watching the videos, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, show some love on the videos. And the only other thing it could ask you to check out is our first pick of the day, which is our parlay of the day on Odds Checker. We do this every Monday through Friday. We returned to the hit parlays yesterday, which was the Bohm and Ohtani one, and it smacked pretty easily. We're going to do another hit parlay today. Go check it out. Top link in pinned comment and top link in the description. And I'll also link it at the end of this video, playing each parlay of the day for 1 unit. Had a great start to the season, hitting our first 5. A little bit muddy over the next few weeks, but hopefully we can maybe turn this into a 5-0 week on them. Hit parlay is going to be hopefully cooking today. So go check it out in the description, pinned comment, and at the end of the video. And I'm just going to dive into my first pick of the day. It's going to be a team I haven't really backed a ton this season, but it will be the Minnesota Twins. And let's talk about how I'm backing them, because I'm taking their over 2.5 runs, team total, first 5 innings. So if you go to DraftKings, you typically go to the innings tab and scroll all the way down. It's typically one of the last, markets they offer. It is a first 5 team total over 2.5. Now I know FanDuel bettors do not have a market like this, and so my pivot for them would be taking a first 5 same game parlay. You go to the first 5 tab on FanDuel, you choose the over 3.5 first 5 runs. I like the Twins plus 1.5 in the first 5. That's about, I think, minus 112. So about the same value as this. Obviously, that bet has a different chance of hitting as this one, but they kind of go hand in hand. If the Twins are putting up 3 runs, I'm pretty confident that cashes, as does this Twins first 5 team total. But let's talk about the pitcher who's going to go for the Twins today. It's going to be Michael Soroka. You look at him, 6.83 ERA and a 1.69 whip. Not great numbers. He did have a decent start in his last outing against the Twins. 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. He actually held the Twins scoreless through 5 innings, then came out in the 6th inning, gave up 2 homers, and they were like, oh, no, got to take him out. And so I think that could happen today. What I'd like to see is they started to get to him, started to figure out his pitch mix, and now they get to see him once again just a few days later. The Twins offense didn't play very well yesterday. They hit 125 as a team, 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and 11 strikeouts. I expect them to be a little bit better today. You look at Soroka, doesn't have a lot of good things to really talk about. 2nd percentile in expected ERA. He's one of the few guys with a 6.83 ERA, and the books are in the baseball savant saying, I think it should be higher. That doesn't normally happen, but geez, 2nd percentile in expected ERA, 3rd in expected batting average, 1st in K percentage, 3rd in whiff percentage, 16th in walk percentage too. This is a guy that's putting on free base runners, and he's not missing bats. I think a team like the Twins, who didn't hit at all yesterday, but have been really good recently, I think they get back to being really good. The Twins over the last 2 weeks, 7th highest batting average, 5th highest OPS, 4th highest WRC plus versus right-handed pitchers. I'm confident today the Twins, unlike that first start against Soroka, they have plenty of base runners and opportunities today. Comes down if we can get those, those timely hits. We haven't recently been getting timely hits over the last 2 weeks, but the D-backs started to get those timely hits yesterday, although it really shouldn't have been a sweat cash in that 2+ and 3+. They had plenty of opportunities before the 5th inning, but I really think they get some opportunities here. Also worth noting, Michael Soroka has allowed 1 home run or more in 5 straight starts to start the year. So get a base runner on there. Let's hit a 3-run homer in the first inning. Call it a winner. Twins first 5 team total, my first pick of the day. But Logan, you got a player performance double for the people out there. Which team are you backing and who are you backing?
Yeah, I'm going to the Brewers and Rays game, and I'm taking Freddie Peralta 6+ Ks or strikeouts and Brewers to win plus 110 odds on FanDuel. Is that player performance double? Now, this is a player performance double. Again, you go onto FanDuel, you click on the little tab that has player performance double, and you can find it here. If you build it out as an SGP on other books, you also probably get decent value for it. But just always check on FanDuel, make it an SGP and see what the odds are before you go ahead and place it. But I really do like this one. Yes, we do need 2 legs to cash, but I think Freddie gets the strikeouts and the Brewers do get the win. Now let's talk about the Brewers because they suffered a heartbreaker yesterday. I watched a lot of that game. If you watch the game like me, you know they suffered a heartbreak, a very controversial call in the late game in that one, and they also went 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. That's tough. You're not going to win a game putting up the goose egg, and that's what the Brewers did yesterday. Today, they have a chance to bounce back, and they have a chance to bounce back with their ace on the mound, Freddie Peralta, 3.18 ERA and a .99 whip. Fastball Freddie, as we've called him before, he only allows a 174 batting average to the current Rays roster in 26 plate appearances. He's seen him before, and he had a pretty solid start. I think he once again does that today. He's facing a Rays team that averaged 9.5 strikeouts on the road. That's 23rd in baseball. Peralta has 6+ Ks in 4 of 5 starts. His only miss was 5 Ks in his most recent start in Pittsburgh. And we know kind of how these divisional games go. When there's a ton of familiarity with the pitcher, you can sort of ambush him. And that's kind of what the Pirates did in that start. Not a whole lot of familiarity here with the Rays team. His normal line is set to 6.5. I'm buying down on the 6+ Ks. I really do think he hits that number for us today. You look at Peralta, he's 91st percentile in whiff percentage, 92nd percentile in K percentage. Again, you if you're picking K props, in my opinion, you have to pick guys that have the strike 3 pitch, because an 0-2 count doesn't do you any good if the hitters are still putting it in play. Peralta is able to get the swing and a miss. Now on the other side, we got Tyler Alexander starting for the Brewers. 4.74 ERA and a 1.3 whip for Tyler Alexander. He's only making his 3rd start of the year, not a huge sample size, but I kind of know the pitcher Tyler Alexander is because the book's out on him. He's only 6th percentile in ground ball percentage, 31st percentile in barrel percentage, and he doesn't strike out a lot of batters. Only 11th percentile in whiff percentage, 28th percentile in K percentage. All these numbers to say, I don't like when the Brewers face a starting pitcher like Pepio yesterday, who can strike out batters, because that's more of their weakness. Tyler Alexander is more of a pitch-to-contact guy, and I think the Brewers could easily light him up. The reasons why we're getting the Brewers at a reasonable price, there's a couple reasons. One, their 3-game losing streak. It's now or never, Brewers. Do you want to drop another game at home? I don't really think they do, especially after the heartbreaker yesterday. And the other fact is that the Brewers are only hitting 179 versus lefties. Obviously, Tyler Alexander is a lefty. This price would probably be in the minus 160s if they did hit left-handed pitching well. So they haven't done that over the course of the season, but that average will improve, right? They're hitting sub 200. I think as the year goes on, they will be hitting over 200. And honestly, Tyler Alexander, not a very efficient pitcher. I likely don't see him going past 5 innings pitched in this one. I would be kind of shocked if he made it deep into this game. But I still think the Brewers offense will be ready to go today. They're still 2nd in batting average with runners in scoring position. That 0 for 6 yesterday was outside of the norm of what they do. I like backing teams that over the season have shown me the ability to hit with the runner waving on second. Can they get that guy home? Because it does me no good if they're stranded on second. I think the Brewers do get those guys home today. And then we go into the bullpens when I see another advantage for the Brewers. Rays 26th in bullpen ERA, Brewers 15th. Rays bullpen has been atrocious for a lot of this year. And I think yesterday we watched them on the verge of collapse. They almost collapsed, but they didn't quite collapse. Again, I think the Brewers bats can get to Alexander and the Rays bullpen. Give me the Brewers to win and Peralta to get the Ks. I love the plus value we're getting there. But Austin, got another pick for us. Where are you going?
Yeah, I meant to mention at the top of the show for Steven Matz, I don't really know how he's going to pitch in the second half of a doubleheader if he also has to start for the Philadelphia 76ers tonight, too. I have no idea. Good luck to him. If you know, you know. Yesterday made a typo. It is what it is. I got a ton of things going on in the mornings, but to get these videos out for you. But either way, I'm going to dive into a pick, and it's going to be a similar one to what we did yesterday. So listen up. I'm going Yankees and Orioles, both teams to score 2+ runs in the first 5 innings, plus 125 on BetMGM. Now, word I was told in the comments that New York, out of all markets, doesn't have this market. I don't really know why. It is available on BetMGM. You'll have to let me know if people in New York have it on BetMGM, but it typically is available on DraftKings and BetMGM. My pivot for the people out there is the first 5 over. I believe that's either 4.5 or 5.5. Obviously, would prefer 4.5, which is probably a little bit more juice there, but I really do like both these two teams to put up some runs in the first 5 innings. And honestly, I like both of them in their over 2.5 in the first 5 team total. This obviously buys a little bit of security there, although, like I said, you could hit the over without cashing this pick in the first 5. We saw that yesterday with the Dodgers. They put up and hit the over by themselves. Obviously, the D-backs came in clutch in the bottom of the 5th. But let's talk about both these two pitchers. I'm not going to take the 3+ runs today for first 5, but if you want to take it, it's plus 300. Now, we'll start with Nestor Cortes, who will start for the Yankees today. If you look at his stats, 3.5 ERA and a 1 whip, he's been really good. However, on the road, he has struggled. 7 ERA and a 300 batting average allowed on the road in his 3 road starts. 4, 3, and 4 earned runs. He has not had it on the road, and that's kind of been a thing for Nestor Cortes. He hasn't really pitched all too well, and the books don't really think he pitches well here either. He has a 3.5 earned runs prop, so they really don't think he pitches too well. I'm not saying he gives up 4 earned runs. We only need 2 in this specific thing, and we can afford errors as well. In the last 2 weeks, the O's, 3rd in batting average, 1st in OPS, 1st in WRC plus, first left-handed pitchers. Cortes is going to be in a tough spot, especially against an O's team, which did not hit well yesterday. Hit 143 as a team. A lot of the guys went 0 for, and they also went 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. I'm confident they get things going. Then you look at Nestor's last 2 starts versus Baltimore. So he gave up 4 and 2 earned runs. So they've clearly had his number the last 2 starts. The O's team obviously has a lot of young guys in there that Nestor probably hasn't seen, and they probably haven't seen Nestor. I really do think they can get up 2 runs on Nestor Cortes. And then the other side, we're going to need the Yankees offense to show up, which they put up a big 0 yesterday. Dean Kramer will start for the O's, 4.6 ERA and a 1.06 whip. It's been pretty decent, but his 2 home starts, he's allowed 2 and 6 earned runs. That's good for us. That's all we need. And we also look at him. He's just a guy that I just don't trust a whole lot. He's been pretty good, actually, first time through the order. So if the Yankees struggle first time through the order, don't be concerned. All it takes is 1 swing of the bat. We could easily get 2 runs up on Kramer. But they've hit him pretty well. 75 plate appearances, a 251 expected batting average. And just like the O's yesterday, their bats, the Yankees, weren't really there. 206 as a team. 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. It felt like I backed the Yankees because they couldn't get a timely hit. Today, they're going to go up against Dean Kramer, who has been struggling with runners in scoring position, giving up a 286 batting average. And also, the last 2 weeks, Yankees 4th in batting average, 3rd in OPS, 2nd in WRC plus versus righties. With an over-under at 9.5 in this game, coming off a game where they only scored 2 runs combined. I see a lot of offense coming from both sides. Should be a pretty steamy day in Baltimore as well. I'm looking like 80, 85 degrees first pitch. So hopefully the Yankees and O's can both get us 2 runs through the first 5 innings. As I said, this is available on DraftKings and BetMGM. And if you want to go and take their first 5 team totals, maybe you're in New York where they might not have this market, I don't mind either of these 2 teams team total over 2.5 for the first 5 innings, just like the Twins pick I started out with the video with. But I really like the Yankees and O's to get the job done. But it is time, Logan, for Nerfy Nation, and we need a bounce back in the worst way. We need the rock music, we need the flags, and we need most importantly, 6 quick and easy outs. That's what we're rooting for today. And we're going to be honest, if the Nerfy doesn't hit today, there's a good chance we take, like I said, a few days off. Who knows how long, because we really need a winner, and we don't want to keep forcing out Nerfies out there if they keep losing. So we started off the season hot. Got a little cold. Hopefully today is a winner. Let's head to Toronto, where we'll be taking the Royals and Blue Jays. No run first inning, currently minus 115 on Caesars. I would play this about minus 130, maybe minus 135. I'm going to start with Mr. Jose Barrios, who will get the bump for the Blue Jays. He's 4-2 on Nerfies this year, 27-6 so far last year. So a really good Nerfy pitcher. The Royals are annoying, though. They are 4th in first inning runs, and Barrios just faced them, did give up a Yerfie. I believe he had 2 outs, no base runners, and then he gave up a walk or something, and then Salvador Perez sent it down the line into the bleachers. No idea if Salvi plays today. He did not play yesterday, so hopefully if he wants to sit out, I'm fine with it. Obviously, the Royals have a lot of talent at the top of their lineup. They got Bobby Witt Jr. out there, but I really do think that Barrios has been really good so far this season. Back at home, he can get the job done, get us those first 3 outs, and who's going to take us home for the Royals today, Logan?
Yeah, it's going to be Cole Reagan starting for the Royals. Reagan's 4-2 on Nerfies this year, 11-1 last year. He's a good no-run first inning guy. He's a guy normally we can trust. Blue Jays 15th in first inning runs. Not a crazy overpowered top of the order. I know they've got some names in there, but they don't always produce. Reagan's just went 5 innings, pitched 1 earned run to this Blue Jays team. He had a few of their hitters looking absolutely lost at the plate. I still think Cole Reagans is able to get us those last 3 outs we need. Jose Barrios is a really good ground ball pitcher, which I think that's kind of how you get these Royals guys out. Make Bobby Witt Jr. roll over on a few ground balls. I think we stand a really good chance at cashing this one again. Yes, Nerfy Nation, hot and cold. That's kind of just the nature of these bets. Either you have the luck some nights or you don't. Yesterday, of course, we did not have the luck. White Sox scored 2 runs in the first. didn't the rest of the no runs the rest of the 8th innings. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. But NRFI Nation, let's ride today.
We need a winner, so let's fly these flags one more time for y'all. Let's have a wonderful day. Like I said, our 5th play, or I said at the beginning of the video, technically our first, is our parlay of the day. We got 2 more hitters. I don't know if it can be easier than yesterday with Bowman Ohtani getting a hit in their first AB, but we'll certainly try our best to cook up one for y'all. So go check it out. It'll be live around 9:30 a.m. Eastern. It'll be live in the pinned comment, description, and right now at the end of the video. So definitely check that out. Also, NBA video. We're on a 7-0 run over there. Hopefully we can continue that today. I'll link that somewhere on the screen once it is live. But you guys have a great Tuesday. We don't have any Dinger Tuesday plays because they've been a little bit cold over at the start of the year, but maybe we'll post them next week. But we're going to just hopefully get these straight bets dialed on in, and then we'll start having some fun with some homer picks. But we'll see you guys back again tomorrow with some more. Peace.